I just wanted to make a video kind of discussing what's going on in the trade and free agency market in baseball right now, and with a specific message to Met fans, especially the ones that are all over Twitter X calling out David Stearns, saying he's a small market GM. He's not going to make any moves. This is the team. This team is garbage. This team is trash. Guys, look at the overall market right now. Nothing is happening. Nothing is moving. The only team that has made any deals in the last week have been the Yankees, and they got three guys that the Mets were never interested in. They were never going after Fried. They were never going after Devin Williams. They were never going after Cody Bellinger. They didn't fit in this team. The Mets were never interested in any of those guys. Everybody else is still out there. This whole talk of we're not going to do anything else, this team is not going to compete, we can't compete. Guys, it's moving slow. Nobody's signing. You have no idea what's going on, and neither do I, what's going on in the background right now. Stearns could be on the phone right now making a deal. He could be setting the groundwork for a deal coming next week or next month. You can't you have to show a little bit of patience here. The people calling out Stearns, I mean, he just got us, he helped get us to an NLCS last year. 10 days ago he signed Juan Soto. You have to be patient. He deserves a little bit of grace here. He deserves a little bit of trust. You know, do we all wish it was moving faster? Absolutely. We want to know what the team's going to be. But there's no reason to panic. And stop comparing yourself to what the Yankees are doing. They had to make moves. They lost one of their best players. They had to go out and try to replace that somehow. And they've done a good job. There's no doubt about that. They've gotten players who fit with them. And they might go sign another player. It's not our problem. Look at our division. What have the Braves done? What have the Phillies done? Look at the NL. What have the Dodgers done? They have, there's nothing is happening right now. So while I understand and I feel the frustration, we want it to get done, it's not going to right now. Now, if all of a sudden all the top names start going off the board and anyone who I had interest in starts going to another team, yeah, then you have a little bit of reason for concern. Stearns is slow playing the market right now, and I think that's what everyone's doing. I think the prices are too high, especially with the Soto contract and the Fried contract. They got more than anyone thought they were going to get. So now players are asking for more money. Bregman's asking for more. Alonso's asking for more. Manaya's asking for more. So everyone's waiting it out. Eventually, their prices are going to have to come down. So let's stop worrying about when things are going to happen. Just know that things are going to happen. This isn't the team that we're going to see in spring training. I promise you. Yes, we're making minor league deals. We're getting a new catcher for the minors. We're getting, a guy who played in Korea last year. Those are the moves that every team makes every year. They're building their AAA depth. They're having guys who, hey, maybe they become something and they become a bench piece for you, or someone gets hurt and you have someone to call up for a couple weeks. Every team makes those moves. And we should feel lucky that we have Stearns because those moves from him are usually great ones. But those are all minor things. Those aren't going to affect what our starting lineup looks like or what our pitching staff looks like. They're depth. It's all depth. Now, do I think that the Mets are currently in on Corbin Burns? No. I don't think that they're interested in those kind of contracts for a starting pitcher. But they are making moves. I promise this is not the team that we're going to go to the season with. So just please show some patience, show a little bit of trust in a guy and an organization who has built a good team, who built a good team last year and then signed Juan Soto. There's no way this is the team we go forward with. All right. Next thing, all the Alex Bregman talk that now it seems like Mets fans are switching. Everyone wanted Pete back. And now everyone's like, well, maybe we go get Bregman instead. Let's try to improve the defense. Bregman is a declining player. If you look at his last 3 years, his OPS has gone down about 40 points each of the last 3 years. He hasn't been a star or a guy worth the kind of money he's asking for since like 2018, 2019. He's just not the same guy he was. Now, he's still a good player, and he's going to get a lot of money, and I just I let him go to someone like the Tigers where he could be the veteran influence for a young team. That's where he really needs to go. I don't think he's a fit with the Mets. I think, as I've said a million times on if you've watched my last videos, Pete Alonso should be the priority, and then you still need a number one starting pitcher. After that, it's bullpen, it's filling out the roster. It's going to happen. No, if Pete doesn't resign, then we have to look elsewhere. Then we have to figure out what we're going to do. Then maybe you do switch to Bregman, which I wouldn't be in favor of. But there are still moves to happen. So I just wanted to have that little discussion here. Not going to be a long video. It's just I go on Twitter X and I just can't believe what people are saying. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane. It's December. This is how baseball free agency works. Top guys don't always sign right away. Soto happened 10 days ago. There's been no moves except for by the Yankees. Like you gotta relax. You gotta take a second. I understand that we're Met fans, and I understand that bad things happen to the Mets. But I think that the organization as a whole is in a good place right now. They're really they've put a lot into player development, a lot into scouting. They have David Stearns, who's widely known as one of the best executives in the sport. You have an owner who's willing to spend money. But David Stearns isn't going to spend it recklessly. He's gonna find good deals, and he's going to wait out the market. And listen, if it comes down to it, and he has to make a decision on a player that he really wants, will he get into another bidding war? I'm sure he will, but he's not going to bid against himself. He knows that there's no market right now for Pete Alonso. The whole Yankee thing, I think that's just smoke. He's not going to the Yankees. The Yankees don't want another right hand power bat. They already have Judge and Stanton. You're going to have three power bats in that lineup and two slow guys who can't really field in Alonso and Stanton back to back in that lineup. I just don't see that. They did a great job with Bellinger. They're going a different direction. Also, stop talking to Yankee fans. It's let them talk to themselves. It's getting ridiculous. Who cares? Stop comparing yourself to the Yankees. We don't care what they do. It's not a thing we have to worry about. We You never see them in an important situation. You're not competing with them. The only time you'd ever see them in an important situation is in the World Series. You have to get there first, right? They have to get there first. So my main takeaway here is stay calm. Good things are happening. Stearns is probably on the phone right now, either talking to an agent or talking to a team about a trade or getting more minor league free agents to fill out the depth. That's not a bad thing. You need that. The best teams have that. What about when a guy gets hurt? You need someone to call up. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for today. I'm not trying to get preachy or rant on this. It's just kind of it's making Twitter unenjoyable because people just don't know what to do with themselves. It's gonna happen, I promise. And if not, I'll be right there with you complaining. But let's give him the chance before we complain. All right. Anyway, see you guys next time. Let's go Mets.